I think we have an idea. I mean, if you look at the kind of hand holding that's going on in the Republican Party right now, we're going to talk about Massie here in a little bit about he's kind of stepping out of the circle of this Trump administration and kind of taking a lot of heat. And I think that's what happens when you don't go along to get along in D.C. and that bureaucracy is you're kind of chastised. And I mean, Massie's probably one of the most liked congressmen right now. And so why would Trump want to primary him simply because he doesn't want to vote for a CR bill? And I would say it's because he steps out of that circle that they have up there. And I mentioned all of that to mention that that circle is tied to the non-releasing of the JFK, the 9/11, MLK, and the Epstein files.
Establishment stuff.
So, and
where do you stand? I mean,
well,
how do you feel?
I'll follow Massie in the aspect that he says everyone in D.C. has a AIPAC handler, except him.
But before we get into that, because that's kind of its own rabbit hole, I think it's pertinent to bring up the fact that Thomas Massie is a deficit hawk. That is something he's very passionate about. He's a libertarian. And I think that, though I don't agree with Massie on absolutely everything, the AIPAC thing is definitely important. We'll get into that. But for this issue, we're talking like what Donald Trump has honed in on in his second term is cutting the budget, is doing all these things to bring down the deficit. And I agree with Massie that I think this is an opportunity to threaten with government shutdown, to use that leverage to get more of what we want. And think about what he's saying. What Thomas Massie is saying, I've been on the Hill for 12 years, nothing changes. No compromise is ever made, not in any meaningful way, and we need to put a stop to that now. And Donald Trump is threatening to primary him. From the people's point of view, I don't see that there's nothing wrong with what Thomas Massie said. But the establishment, the Republican establishment, this is not a Democrat thing. This is an establishment thing, which is both. They come in and they say, we're going to primary you. We're going to kick you out. You're a problem for us. And hey, we can't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. They always say that. They always want to kick the can further down the line instead of because what Thomas Massie did, that was sacrificial. He put his career on the line, and look what happened. He got through with the primary. It takes those kind of balls to change anything.